Let me ask you, Honorable, on what specific constitutional or party provision do you base your claim that Nafi Bala is a legitimate chairman?
I will forward the constitution of the party. I have the subcopy, the CTC we collected from INEC. I'll forward to you now. Section Article 9(4) of our constitution. I said it today. Said or says, you must be a member of African Democratic Congress for 2 years before you can hold any national office. As national chairman, national secretary, national organizing secretary, national publicity secretary, and so on. And you must be 1 year in the state before you can hold a state party office like state party chairman or state party secretary. I was listening to your program here when Bolaji Abdullah said there's a proviso, that the proviso says the party, the National Executive Committee can waive. No, it's not talking about the party offices. It's talking about elective offices, political offices, where you call like maybe president, like governors, like senator, like House of Rep, like House of State. This is the area it's talking about. I'll forward it to you. You will read this.
So the reference that you have in the constitution of your party is to the effect, and the basis is that there is no way that David Mark and the rest would have come into the party and be leaders of the party within the time frame that they came.
The same day they came.
If that's the case.
And again, do you even know one thing? As at that time they sat on that seat, they have not registered in their wards. They have not.
So they were not members of the ADC.
They were not member of the party as at the time they took over. And
so your premise is that they were never members of the ADC before. I mean, at a material time. Secondly, that the time for which they could have been members to become leaders of the party, they have not been. They've not met that provision.
Today I got more information from this former national youth leader. They were not informed that people did not tell them that he's going to resign that day. He didn't tell them that he's going to leave the seat that day. They said these people are coming to join the party. What they have done is they could have allowed them to come in. And then he, as national chairman, I'm talking of Chipra Fungosu now, will now write to INEC and give INEC 21 days notice that they want to hold a national convention. And first of all, amend the constitution with David Mark there, with Ralph Aregbesola there. So they could have just be patient since the election is still far. And they will have amended the constitution at the national convention. He can still be the chairman. Why he can now say, okay, we have amended these clauses that will not allow you to be national chairman. Now you have been waived. I mean, the provision has been waived or it has been amended. So by then, nobody can even go to court. If people like us, we can't do anything by now. So, but that was not done. They immediately took over that day, as if the election is tomorrow. And I was warning them. I was sending warning. I said, this thing is not done like this. So you are experienced. Let us look for a way to do it properly. They say, I'm sorry, because I say I want to do as I do selection. I'm no longer a member of the party. That anybody that does not go their way, they throw the person away. That is their own belief. Once you don't toe their line, either wrong or right, they say you are not.
So let me come back to the point. This Bala Gombe man that you are talking about, are you claiming that it should be naturally the leader of the party? Okay.
Based on our constitution.
On what ground?
Okay. Now, on that day, I think July 2nd, right? 2025, when they had their meeting in Yarda Center, all of them resigned.
Including Bala?
He didn't resign, but Bala was there. He said...
But there was a letter about his resignation. Have you seen it?
But you saw it's a form. It's a form that somebody wrote and then Phil. It's not the letter.
So Bala is claiming that he did not sign that letter.
It's not
is that what he told you?
He didn't sign the letter. You know.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Even.
That document? So you are saying Nafiu Bala Gombe did not resign, and automatically, if Rafi Nwosu had resigned his position, Nafiu Bala
automatically,
Gombe,
and there is no any other person.
How do you defend the document that showed that Nafiu Bala Gombe resigned?
And it is them that will alleges must prove. They have to go and prove in court.
Secondly, the disposition by disposition. How would Nafiu Bala Gombe come out and say he did not agree to resign when he was actually there at all of the events?
Not only him.
Where they step aside.
Even this former national youth leader was also there. Many of them, they were all there.
So why are they changing their mind? We, by disposition,
okay.
you were there.
Let me tell you.
Were they not listening, or were they sleeping when they announced that they are step aside? They congratulated them, and they announced there in their presence.
No. Most of them, or let's say not all of, not most. Let's say some of them went away angry. I'll give you the number of the former national youth leader you hear from him, so that you not be only Bala or me talking.
What is the way out right now? Are you willing to sit down with the Senator David Mark group?
So I told you, the person that's supposed to take over, legally, from Nwosu, since all of them resigned, is supposed to be Nafiu Bala Gombe. It's not the chairman that are talking. They are state chairmen.
Are you willing to work
They are not the national working committee.
If the judgment goes in the favor of Nafiu Bala Gombe, are you willing to work with the Senator David Mark?
Of course.
Is he willing to step down for an election where we can have David Mark and the rest?
If after the court judgment, if they want to progress, political solution is the only way.
There should have been a national convention before the primaries. Are you planning to?
We still have time to do that.
But there is one that INEC has been notified to be conducted by the...
But you had INEC warn them not to go ahead. Because they are not recognized by law. If they go and do it, it will be like Amala convention in the pattern of the PDP. It's the same way. So whatever they produce as a candidate, this person, if the opponent wins, if he wins, the opponent will come and take it.
What if the whole thing is in favor of the Senator David Mark group? What will happen to you?
If it is their favor, I wish them well. I cannot work. With the way the hostile nature of the approach, I don't think we can work together.
So you will leave ADC?
Yes, of course. I will leave ADC and fight solely somewhere else.
But why was it that at the beginning you refused to work with the David Mark? Because they said they're coming to help strengthen the ADC. The ADC was just a one honorable member party. You were the national leader. You were the only elected National Assembly member of the party. And you have former vice president, former senate president, former governors who are coming into the party to strengthen. Yes. Is it the agenda of Bola Tinubu that you are carrying that is not making you work with them? Or why exactly did you reject working with them?
Well, when they came, everybody was happy that the party is now big, that the party is now known. Because before, if you say ADC, maybe they'll be thinking that it's the aircraft that crashed years back, or it's the name of a person. Many people in Nigeria did not know that it's the name of a party. So when they came, everybody was happy. I didn't say anything. I was keeping quiet. But they came with the notion that they want to take over the whole structure and throw away people they met. In fact, I started getting these signals from my states. And I was wondering, even though you don't recognize that I'm there, why don't you leave my own state for me? That you know we have been winning election with this party when it was not known. Why must you come and impose somebody on me from PDP and say he's the leader of the party in the state? That is what I was still saying. Senator Dino Melaye just wrote a letter to IG, he wrote to DGDSS, he wrote to Chairman INEC, that I don't have power to call any meeting of ADC. I was, wow. So these people mean business. I cannot work with them. Because they came with the idea that they want to destroy this party, and I will not agree with them. This is what made me not to work with them. And even let me tell you, today, the former National Youth Leader, the person was trying to call me, I saw the name. And he introduced himself. He said he has been keeping quiet. That he wants to say 60%, that don't let him exaggerate that 40% of the National Working Committee did not resign. I said, this thing you are saying? He said, no, he wants to come before he has been keeping quiet, but it is time for him to speak out now. So all these things, if you want to come to a party, you should know that some, and it's not a fresh one, you should know that some people are there. Why don't you meet with them first? Discuss.
Did you ever meet with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar?
No, I've never.
Did you ever met with Senator David Mark?
I've never met.
What about Rauf Aregbesola?
I've never met.
Aminu Tambuwa?
I've never met.
Rotimi Amechi? Peter Obi?
Aminu Tambuwa, yes, we meet in the National Assembly, but only meeting.
About ADC, I mean?
No, I've never met.
So none of these leaders have ever met you. So if you're doing this, so those who are saying that blame President Bola Tinubu and the APC for the crisis rocking the ADC, so they are right.
They are wrong. You know why I say so?
Mm-hmm.
There are many people in APC supporting ADC. Today, after this, our protest, somebody sent me a message. I know the woman. It's a woman. She was looking up for appointment under this government. Send me a message. Say, Leke, I'm disappointed you. Why must you go and protest with Nafi Bala? Why must you do that? That you're not supposed to support APC. I said, you're a member of APC. He said, yes. He said, but APC is going to lose 19 northern states. I said, so you are supporting these people that came to steal our party? He said, yes, he's supporting them.
Who stole your party?
The hijackers.
Who are the hijackers?
You have mentioned them.
Who are they?
Former Senate President David Mark, former Governor for Osun State, Rauf Aregbesola, and the rest. I said, are you supporting them? He said, yes.
You are alleging
we will see it. That the APC will lose 19 northern states. I said, wow. And she says she's a member of, and she confirms she's a member of APC. So why are you talking? You are talking as if the president does not have any other job than to be facing oppositions. It is opposition that does not put their house in order.
Because if the rumors and the allegations that the APC and President Bola Tinubu is behind the crisis in the ADC, is it not some of you that is making people talk about it? Because, I mean...
I've never hidden my love for him. I've never. It's not today.
But if you are working against your party... and
I'm
you
not
say
working against my party. I told my party... See...
This is a party...
We can present...
They are saying that this is the hope of Nigerians to at the post. That's what the Senator David Mark...
That is what they're saying. Woman was saying, that it's the hope of the northern people, northern 19 states, including my states. You can't tell my state, can't tell Kwara, can't tell... Okay, we'll wait and see it.
I mean, are you worried that the APC that you are supporting may not have that popular, the popularity?
The process that brought David Mark to be chairman of the African Democratic Congress, is it the prescribed process according to the Constitution of the African Democratic Congress, the ADC? Is it the constitutionally prescribed method? Let us start from there. What happened in July of 2025 would have been okay if nobody complained. If all of the National Working Committee members, all of the State Executive Committee members, the ward, the local government, if they all had no issue with it, they would have been able to get away with it. It would have simply been the internal party affairs of the party. But is it the prescribed method according to the constitution of the African Democratic Congress? Is it? Peter Obi, this is my question to you. When you were contesting the 2023 elections, you said yourself that you don't have an issue, but that if somebody is going to be called excellency, the process that brought him should be excellent. So I ask you, dear Peter Gregory Obi, the process that brought in David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola as chairman and national secretary of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, was the process an excellent process? Was the process the prescribed process according to the constitution of the African Democratic Congress? He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Very quickly, many people, particularly in the opposition, rely on the Supreme Court ruling that says that the leadership of a political party is the internal affairs of that political party. They very quickly lean on it. But here is the question. Does it mean that because the leadership is the internal affairs of a political party, then the leadership must be done anyhow, without respect for the constitution of the political party? The answer is no. You can't say because the leadership of a political party is internal affairs of the party, and then you just wake up one morning and then you just say, okay, I scrap all the NWC offices, I replace it with just the office of a chairman to do everything. You can't do that simply because it's the internal affairs of the party. No. The reason why every political party is required to have a constitution is because every activity of the political party must be guided by the constitution of that party. And so, if David Mark, Rauf Aregbesola wanted to be national chairman and secretary of the African Democratic Congress, what was the right thing to do? They would simply have gone to Ralph Nwonsu and said, we like your African Democratic Congress, the ADC. We want to adopt it as the coalition party, but we don't want you to be chairman anymore. We want some new persons to be chairman, meaning we don't want your National Working Committee anymore, even though we know that you are a good party, but we don't trust your capacity. So we want you guys to step aside, but let's do it the right way. The first question would have been, and this is where I blame Atiku. The first question would have been, Ralph, since you have agreed to hand over the ADC to us, what is the constitutionally prescribed method for appointing new NWC executives? Then they would have gone and they would have seen that, oh, it is through the National Convention. The same National Convention that the alternative dispute resolution that he had, that was brokered with INEC, that kept Ralph Nwonsu on since 2022 as national chairman of ADC. That same National Convention, Ralph could have called it. He could have called that convention, and then anybody who was interested would have applied, and at the convention they will vote, and then you have substantive national chairman. Is that not the prescribed method to becoming chairman of the political party, particularly of the African Democratic Congress? Why didn't Senator David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola, why didn't Atiku follow this process? Simple. They don't like due process. They like impunity. They want to bend they're not sure that if they follow due process, they will win. So, by hook or by crook, they want to bend the whole party to their will. So that when the time for primary comes, they can put their people in place, and then what Ralph Wonsu did will be what those people will be doing, just so that they can walk towards the answer, an already predetermined answer. That's why they chose that path. Now, all of this would have been okay, and it was okay since July of 2025 until Nafiu Bala Gombe went to court. Now, even if Nafiu Bala Gombe attended the meetings like Ralph Wonsu is claiming, and some supporters of Peter Obi are ignorantly repeating, even if he attended, even if his signature was in the attendance meeting. Now the question is this: what Nafiu Bala Gombe is now complaining of, is it true? He's saying that the meeting where David Mark was announced as the chairman was not supposed to be a meeting where David Mark will be announced as chairman. He said he was deceived that what was supposed to happen that day was supposed to be a mere adoption of the African Democratic Congress as a coalition party. That's what he said. But he was shocked when Ralph Wonsu took the mic to speak, and then first of all, he resigned. And after resigning, he now decided to give membership card to David Mark and Rauf Aregbesola. And then next thing, he now declared unilaterally that David Mark is now the new chairman. According to Nafiu Bala Gombe, there was no vote, there was no election, there was no vote to decide that, is this how we want to do it? None. Single-handedly, Ralph Wonsu handed over the party that he has resigned from as national chairman and gave it to people who he just gave membership card a minute ago and said David Mark is the chairman and Rauf Aregbesola is the national secretary. Is this how the constitution of the ADC prescribed that the chairman should come about? Because when we argue, we should know what we are arguing. I have complained about this thing, not today. 7 months ago, when these things happened, I complained. And as usual, obedience that are close to Peter Obi were out defending this nonsense, as they are still defending today. My whole concern in all of this, two things. ADC, Atiku, Amechi, Obi, you guys must learn a lesson or two. One, all these your appointment of international emissaries to help you with international lobbying. I wish you luck with it, but in my opinion, it won't work. Everything that Donald Trump wants from Nigeria, Tinubu has given him. So, could it work? Two, this Occupy INEC plan, declaring national protest, waste of time. What you need to do is what the Court of Appeal judgment has asked you to do. What you need to do is what the trial judge, Emeka Wite of the Federal High Court Abuja, what he has asked you to do is what you need to do. Somebody has complained and went to court. The person is claiming that you forged his certificate. The person is claiming that you did not vote, you did not follow the constitution for in your handing over ADC to David Mark. The right thing to do is for you to now go to the court, to the same trial court, and show cause. All this evidence you say you have gathered, you have put in a link. Take those evidence to court. And then the court will rule. And then once the court rules, everything would have been sorted. Why you don't want to go to court is what I don't understand. Because it's very easy for you to blame judiciary. Oh, the judiciary is corrupt. When the judiciary threw away the case of Leke Abejide, when the judiciary threw away the case of Dumebi Kachuku, against the same ADC, the judiciary was not corrupt. The judiciary was fine. For over 7 months that the INEC accepted and acknowledged David Mark as chairman of the ADC, INEC was not biased. INEC was not an arm of the APC. But now that the Court of Appeal has given a judgment that restrained not only INEC, even restrained you, Senator David Mark, from doing anything that will cause a fait accompli, including your convention. It was not only INEC that Court of Appeal judgment stopped to. It stopped you too, David Mark. It stopped Nafiu Bala. All of a sudden, judiciary is biased. Forgetting that what is happening now happened to PDP, and INEC took the same position. When McCarthy and Ali Modu Sharif were battling for the soul of the PDP, the same position that INEC took now was what INEC took then. Then, INEC was not biased though. Today, INEC is biased. Let us stop this truth-bending tendency that we have. Let us respect the rule of law. Let us respect due process. This attitude of, oh, he's my friend, then we cover the truth. That is how to destroy countries. The process that brought in Senator David Mark is simply not an excellent process. And if they are sure it is, let them go to court. That's the right way. Anything short of that, Peter Obi, Atiku, Amechi, El Rufai, Kwakwanso, you guys are wasting your time. Wasting your time. And now people are talking about, oh, boycotting the 2027. We will boycott it. Boycott, oh. Boycott. But don't forget, that was how some political parties decided that they were going to boycott the FCT local council election that was just held in February of this year. Yes, they boycotted. Did that stop the elections from going on? Did that stop the APC candidate from winning? Who is the current chairman of AMAC right now? So if boycott is what you want to do, go ahead and boycott. But for me, that just simply proves the laziness of opposition politicians and opposition political parties in Nigeria. Very lazy. They want an electoral act that will spoon feed them. You don't want to work. The Electoral Act 2026, in my opinion, is the best electoral act we have had till date, except that it would require opposition to be extremely hard and smart working. And that's something that opposition politicians are not used to. So instead of rolling up their sleeves to do the work, they have decided that the best thing to do is to begin to call for protest, call for boycott, appoint emissaries. It's not going to work. In all of this, my greatest concern is for Peter Obi. Peter Obi is now 13 days before it is too late for you to leave the African Democratic Congress, ADC. 13 days. There are other political parties that are without issue that you can join and follow the constitutionally prescribed method of change of party leadership in those parties, and you'll be fine. You will be fine. You may not be desperate to be president, but Nigerians desperately need you to be president because of your character. So don't treat this with levity. All those still telling you that ADC is the way, the coalition with this disgruntled politician is what will make you president, they are fooling you. They are deceiving you. For the sake of Nigerians, please, leave the ADC now. Leave, oh. A word is enough for the wise. Before it is too late, and you now start saying, had I known. ADC is in the wrong. You can't fight from a position of wrong. I'm saying my own now.